Names could wind up on lawsuits taking aim at the Stockton Police Department. Hi, everyone. I'm Stephanie Cruz.
And I'm Eric Harriman. All of this is the end result of a gun battle that started with a bank robbery in July in Stockton. Misty Holt-Singh was the hostage that was killed in the chase that day. But Sincere Tonsel live with us tonight. That name is not the only potential name on these lawsuit papers.
Right now, we're talking about claims, Eric, and you're right. It's not the only name there. First off, this is the Bank of the West branch that was involved in the scene of the crime of that robbery last July. It was scheduled to close even before that incident. Now, Kelly Huber's lawyer says his client has been robbed 13 times in 20 years as a bank employee, and what happened to her here and her resulting injuries never should have been. A haunting hail of bullets from one of the most violent days ever on Stockton streets. 600 shots fired by more than 20 officers. So we feel like that was a definite escalation.
Yes. Yes.
That's the claim one of the women hurt that day is making through her attorney in this legal action against the city of Stockton and its police department. Kelly Huber was the branch manager for the Bank of the West that became the target of 3 bank robbers affiliated with the Norteño street gang last July 16th. Eventually rolling out of the car, they forced her to drive after she'd been shot. Huber had faced these same gunmen before in her same branch just 7 months earlier without injury. Then they'd asked for her co-workers' keys to make their getaway, but got confused trying to find the car in the parking lot. To avoid that in July, her lawyer says the 45-year-old complied with the robbers and walked outside the bank to point out her car.
At that point, a Stockton PD officer blocked the east exit, which was within 20 feet of where Ms. Huber's car was. And he pulled out his gun.
Michael Dyer says the heist could have ended without hostage taking and the brutal death of hostage turned human shield Misty Holt-Singh. All of Stockton had followed the procedure of other Metro police departments, confronting the robbers only after innocent bystanders were out of harm's way. In the months following the bank robbery, Stockton's police chief has said,
you can do 30 lifetimes of law enforcement and never see something like this. It's that rare.
The police chief said that this was an unusual situation by which they don't have regular rules of engagement or procedures to follow. And if that's true, it's almost unbelievable.
As bank robberies in progress are relatively common. Since this devastating day that now has put surviving robber Jaime Ramos behind bars, Kelly Huber's had to get used to life in a wheelchair, then on a walker, now on a cane.
She will always walk with a limp.
So what lesson do you want Stockton PD, the city, other police departments to take away from the fact that we've now come to the point of suit?
Lessen the chance of injury and risk to the public.
The city of Stockton and the police department have 90 days to accept or reject a claim for at least $500,000. If they reject, Huber's attorney says they do plan to sue. The city and the police department not commenting about this tonight.
And Sincere, that's not all that's going into this at this point. We know that the family of the bank customer who was killed that same day has been talking with police over the last couple of weeks. So at this point, do we have any idea if Kelly Huber has been on any of those conversations?
Actually, we do know, Eric, and the situation is they have not been in on any of those meetings. They have been doing their own separate investigation in preparation for this claim. Now, despite those negotiations, the Singhs have been in trying to secure a full measure of justice for Misty today. After Huber's action became public, their attorney released a statement saying, quote, the city has refused to accept responsibility for its action, forcing the Singhs' hand. They, too, must file a tort claim. Now, thanks to an extension agreement, they have until April 6th to do just that.